Hello, 4B. Good afternoon. Welcome to class. I hope you guys are all doing well and fantastic and are happy and healthy. I know I am, or at least I'm trying to be, as much as I can. Hello, Matthew and Gian. No, don't you give me that. Don't you give me that YouTube error. There we go. Much better. Good afternoon, Gianna and Braden and Matt. And Simi. Sorry, I was reading through those comments. Because the phone was at 3%. Matt, you know we've had like 2 weeks to work on this project, so the fact that it's coming in late and your phone is dead? You had 2 weeks, man. Jack and Jess and Patrick and Dan, so many happy, familiar faces. I miss you guys so much. I do. Okay. And we're going to let some folks trickle in. And Will's here. Hello. I don't want to open the widget. Good morning, Blessing. Showcase mine last. Dan, you know what happens in my classes when you say that, right? It means I have to show it first. In fact, we're going to get over to our screenings very quickly. I got to do one quick thing here as I'm realizing something. I need to make sure that I've got what I need. Let's take this and we're going to... Nope, this is the one. Download. Okay. Okay. So, seven minutes. Holy smokes, that's almost 8 minutes. Okay. Well, we're gonna show what we can today. Here's let me give you a quick outline of the week, so you can better understand where we're going to be at today. Because today, unfortunately, as well, is a kind of a wonky day, and I apologize for not letting you guys know. I found out very last minute at the end of last week, and with the rush to get everything in and be with you guys one last time, I had 2 virtual meetings on Friday, both before school started and in the middle of my classes, which was really inconvenient. So let me give you a brief outline of things. So today I do want to screen, all right, and I'm so happy to see you all here today, and we're going to look at these awesome videos. My 3B did a fantastic job from what I've seen so far. Of course, we're only going to watch the videos for the folks that are in our chat today. I don't want to take your time away from for watching something that they can't bother to be in class. That being said, all right, I'm going to have to conclude class a little early today. Now, realistically, we would get through as many videos as we could in our hour. Being very truthful with you, my last period class, we got through 6, all right? And that was it. So we might have a few of these videos spill into next class, which is perfectly fine. On Wednesday, all right, we'll probably take care of the remainder of our screenings, and anything that trickled in late and those folks are here, we will watch. And I'm going to have an assignment that is a reflective piece on this project. Some of you had some technical difficulties over the course of the project. Some had some more severe ones than others, and some people got off scot-free in that regard. But I kind of want to hear that feedback from you as far as some of the tech stuff. Hi, Maria. As well as, just some of the logistics of the project. Was it difficult to shoot some stuff? Was there not enough time, or was there enough time but you waited until the last minute? That kind of stuff. But today is my assigned day to go into the building and shed a tear to clean out my classroom. And I've got a 3-hour window to do that, and it normally takes me a week and a half. So I need to jump on that time, which unfortunately means by like 12:35-ish, I might have to start to wrap up a little early in the day, which saddens me because you guys are my favorite class and I just enjoy spending time with you. So if we trickle into Wednesday, that's okay, because the only thing I have on Wednesday's agenda is to just very quickly go over the reflective piece and get that to you guys so you've got some time in class even to work on that or start that. It won't be due until the next class on Friday, where I'm hoping at that point I'll have a clearer understanding of where our next project is going. There's a few things that hang in the balance. One of them is graduation, as it seems they're going to want to pull myself and Mrs. Herrick and Miss Robinson for some things, but they're not entirely sure on what that is yet. And so that might dictate what we get into, because my availability might start to have to change, unfortunately. I did the count this morning. This class that we have right now, and this is where I'll end before we start getting into our first screening. So if there are any volunteers to go first, say me. Otherwise, I'm going to just go down from the top of the list. This class right now is my 118th streamed class, which is just an insane number and kind of cool. So I don't know which is the sad part, Gianna, but don't be sad. We'll be happy. It's okay. Everything will be okay. All right. I'm also going to try something. There might be a small glitch. So okay, and we're back, I hope. I think we hit that glitch already, so I think we're okay. All right. Me, Gianna says. So I'm going to load up Gianna's video. All right, so now there it is, perfect. Okay, so part of the challenge that I have is that some of these videos, if you didn't put your name in the export, I don't know who it belongs to. So I have a lot of videos that are just called how-to video. That's okay, we'll figure it out. But we'll start with Gianna's. All right, I got to throw in my headphones so I can hear, as I've learned way more about this system now. So at least, unlike the practice video where I couldn't hear anything, and it mattered a little bit less, let's get into Gianna's video. So I'm going to pull my mic down while we will, okay, enjoy. All right, ready and break.
Hi, it's Gianna and I'm really good at making buffalo chicken dip. I became an expert at making buffalo chicken dip because when I was young, my mom would make it for every special occasion. Now I'm going to be showing you how to make the best buffalo chicken dip. The first thing you're going to need is 2 cups of boiled and chopped chicken tenderloin, 1/2 cup of hot sauce, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1/2 cup of shredded cheese, 1/2 cup of ranch, an oven-safe container, an oven, and chips to dip. My way of making buffalo chicken dip is the best because I have mastered the process of doing it. I could practically do it with my eyes closed. First, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. The next thing you are going to do is gather all of your ingredients measured out correctly. Now you will combine all of your ingredients in a large mixing bowl. Now you will mix until well combined. Now put your mixture into an oven-safe container. Now heat your dip for 20 minutes. While you're waiting, clean the huge mess that you just made. Now pet your cute dog. Just as a little FYI, shredded rotisserie chicken can be used in place of boiled chicken tenderloins. A tip that I have learned from making buffalo chicken dip so many times is to take the buffalo chicken dip out of the oven a few minutes early and sprinkle some extra cheese and put it back in so that the cheese melts. Take your dip out of the oven a few minutes early, sprinkle some cheese and put it back into the oven. Take your dip out of the oven after 3 minutes of melting the cheese. Now scoop and enjoy.
I'm going to be so hungry by the end of this class. That was really good. Very clear. All right, your directions were impeccable. My only bit of feedback might be is you want to. I don't think you ever stipulated how much of each ingredient you needed. So like chicken, you might go, well, I'm going to have a ton of chicken, but like how much hot sauce do I need? How much dressing do I need? I would say how much cheese do you need, but let's be honest, you put that whole bag in and then more. So that would be like the only thing where I would say if we just had that specificity. Otherwise, I love the shots. I loved seeing you on camera. I was hoping that you were going to say, oh, take it out early and put some cheese on top. Also, breadcrumbs on top if you want a little bit of crunch in there. Use some panko. That was really, really good. Where's my list? Gianna. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's queue up our next video. I'm hungry. I don't want to eat that now, and I can't. Ugh. Does anyone want to go next? I might have to just to move a little quicker. Yeah, use a little panko on top when you put it in the oven the first time. It'll get nice and crunchy. And if you want to add some like extra meat, I've done pepperoni, like chopped up pepperoni slices. Throw that in there as well, or bacon. Primo. Okay, so let's go with. Oh God, I don't even know. We're just gonna do this one. Because it's an outdoor one. The sun's shining. This is going to be Braden showing us how to ride a bike. All right, here we go. And Braden.
What's up, everyone? I'm Braden, and I'm here to teach you 5 easy steps to ride a bike. I became good at riding bikes from learning from my cousins and my parents. The only thing you'll need for this video is a bike. Number 1, make sure there are air in your tires. Step number 2, whichever pedal is up top like this one, place your foot on that pedal. With your other free foot, this one, push off to get momentum. Steps 4 and 5, put your other foot on the bike as you get momentum and then cruise.
Clamps so bad. All right, now I know how to ride my bike. That's hanging up in the corner right there. That's it. No, really good job. You fought some wind in your outside descriptions of stuff, but I was able to make it out clearly, and you had some really good shots. I really like the shot coming out of the bike, like that dolly shot out looked really nice, and I did laugh out loud when I saw the top-down shot of you pedaling because I saw Emily's feet as she was running alongside you trying to shoot that. But that was really good, and I'm glad that you wore a helmet as well, right? You want to demonstrate the safety elements there. Which was really cool. Okay, awesome. Moving on. Figure the quicker we move, the more we can get through today. Let's move down the list. So that would be Simi and then Jack. Now the question is, I don't know what they're called. Is this it? Let's see. Yep, there it is. I think that's it. Yep. Okay, cool. All right. This will make you hungry again as well, unfortunately. But not unfortunately, because dang, these look good. All right, that'll take us to, it took us so long to get that top-down shot. I'm surprised you didn't, A, run over her feet, or B, she didn't trip you up. Or maybe that happened off camera. But that was really cool. And hopefully you found it worth it, because it was a very nice-looking shot. All right, let's get into some sweet pancake action with Simi.
What's up, everyone? I'm Brayden. And I'm
Nope, that's not right. I thought I selected it. I did not. My apologies. Wait, cancel. I don't stop it. Okay. How to demonstration video. Yeah. Why didn't that work? Let's try it again.
Hey everyone, today I'll be showing you how to make chocolate chip pancakes. The very first thing that you want to do is gather all your ingredients. While I show you all the ingredients that we'll be using, let's learn a little about the history of pancakes. Researchers believe that pancakes were invented during the Stone Age. Due to their findings, they believe that Stone Age cooks took cattails and ferns to create flour, and then mixed that with water, creating our pancake batter. They then most likely baked them on hot, possibly greased rocks. Now that we have all of our ingredients, we're going to combine them together. My way of doing it is the best because of the ingredients I add. With everything that I use, it allows the pancake to rise and bake like a cake. In this video, I will be making 3 pancakes, but feel free to double the recipe if needed. If you want to stick to baking regular chocolate chip pancakes, you only have to add the 3 main ingredients, which are 1 cup of pancake mix, a half cup of milk, and 1 egg. If you want to take your pancakes a step further, you can add the rest of the ingredients, which are 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, and a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. If you don't have vanilla extract, a great substitute that you can use is syrup. Now that we've combined all of our ingredients, it is time to whisk them together. Finally, the last step in creating your batter is adding your chocolate chips. The amount is your preference. Now we are going to move to the stove. Grab your pan and spatula and put the heat to medium. When the pan is warm, grab whatever you're going to use to grease your pan. I will be using butter, but you may also use oil. When the butter has melted, you can pour your batter into the pan. Make sure to only pour the batter in the middle of the pan because it will even out itself and give you a cake-like pancake. When you see that the pancake has started to form tiny bubbles, it'll be time to flip your pancake. Once the pancake has rose and all the batter is baked, your pancake is made. Since my batter makes 3 pancakes, I repeated the process 2 more times, and now it is time to plate. The last step is optional, but you may add your toppings. This can include bananas or strawberries, but I decided to add syrup and some granola on top. If you follow all the steps, you will end up with 3 delicious chocolate chip pancakes. Enjoy!
That was so good. Oh my God, you guys, this is like warming my heart seeing all these projects come together, seeing your wonderful, beautiful faces on it's just, it's so good. Simi, that was excellent. Those pancakes looked really good. I don't think I've ever gotten pancakes to look that delicious. Your shot composition was fantastic. Your title placement was really good as well. And I'm glad that you found, why can't I decline this thing that's popping up on my screen? That you were smart enough to go, okay, let me give you some historical context while I'm listing and showing the ingredients and equipment list. That was a really great use of like time where you can double up and not have to do both things independently. And your top-down shots were excellent. I thought that was fantastic. I am a chronic like premature flipper. Like I'm always like, oh, it's probably done, and I'll flip the pancake and then go, oh, it wasn't ready to be flipped yet. Like pancakes, you should flip once, and mine are always flat, and those looked really good. Chocolate chips, I'm getting hungry. Okay, all right, so good. My only critique, if we're going to throw a critique in there as well, is that the audio levels for your music were really loud compared to your voiceover. So I was able to make out what you were saying 95% of the time, but there was the occasional where I kind of like leaned in or like pressed my headphone just to hear. So that would be just a quick like, all right, the levels of the song need to come down. And I know that's really hard to kind of gauge in WeVideo. So it's the one area from a grading standpoint where I've been a little lax because we don't have audio meters. So it's so tough to really gauge where it should be. But that would be my one critique there, is just bring those audio levels down. Otherwise, I thought that was fantastic. These have all been so good. Okay. I think Jack was next. Except I don't know what his is called. Let's find it. Yep. I hope I didn't. Okay, Jack. There it is. Oh, that's right. Okay, perfect. Oh, there's his name. I'm an idiot. Okay. More food. I hope you guys are having lunch after this because I think you're going to need to. So here is Jack with a killer PB&J recipe.
Hi, I'm Jack Farrow, and I'm going to show you how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You're going to need is peanut butter, bread of any kind. It doesn't really matter what bread. You can use bagel bread. You could even toast it if you want to. Jelly. You could use jam too, or any other kind of jelly that you like. I'm just using this one because I have this one. And it's pretty good. You need a butter knife, or any other type of knife to spread the peanut butter and jelly or to cut it, the bread. And finally, the plate. The peanut butter I'm going to be using is this here, Skippy Creamy. It doesn't really matter what you use as long as you like it. You can use chunky peanut butter, anything really works. Here's the jelly. This jelly is a little weird. It's got a cap where you could pour the jelly onto it. Some may come in jars, so you have to use your knife to get it out of the jar and spread it along your bread. But this one's different. You're going to want to get your bread out and put it like this on a plate. The next step, you're going to take your butter knife, or any other knife, and your peanut butter, and spread it along the bread. So for step 2, you spread the peanut butter on the bread, just like so, this way, on the knife. Now that we're done with that, we're going to go on to step 3. Now on to step 3, where we put our jelly on the bread to make it a PB&J. So for me, I'm just going to pour the jelly around, just like this, and I'll spread it with my knife. On to the last and probably the hardest step. You take your bread and you put it over. Now that you're finished making your PB&J, you might be wondering, where'd this come from? Peanut butter, jelly, and sliced bread came from the 1900s. So now, since you're done, it's time for the taste test. The PB&J. Pretty good.
Nice, Jack. I got I got a little squeamish when I heard the jelly being. I don't use squeezed jelly, so just the sound in my headphones was like really amplified, and I was like just kind of cringy. That was done really, really well. And I think it's a good showcase of how to properly, because I think you can do it. I think it's easier to do it poorly when you kind of take all right, I'm gonna hold my phone and record everything I'm doing while I'm doing it and kind of narrate behind. Like that's a lot to do well, because normally we just kind of instinctually, I don't know, like, oh, I gotta reach for something. So as you go to reach, you kind of change your camera shot a little bit and things get a little bad. But that was a really great example of one that could be done kind of entirely like live while you're performing the action behind camera, as opposed to like setting up shots and stuff. So that was really good. And again, it made me hungry. I'm curious. So I don't think we saw this peanut butter spread. I'm wondering if there was an outtake there, because everyone knows that putting peanut butter in bread sometimes tears that bread up. So I would say the type of bread does matter. because you don't want to tear that bread up. But that was really good. Okay. I cannot wait to eat lunch. So that would put Jess, Pat, and Dan on deck. Da 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 da. All right, so we'll move into Jessica's. Very excited. All right. And oop, oop, oop. I can share my screen, Matt, but if it's submitted on Classroom, why would I need to share my screen? Answer that question. And we'll get into Jess's video now. Right now. And now.
Hi, my name is Jessie and I'm really good at making string bracelets. 2 summers ago, my cousin taught me how to make bracelets while we were on vacation, and we spent the whole week making them on the beach, on the porch, and even just at our rooms at night. They're super fun and easy to make, so today I'm going to show you how to make one.
Nice timing of the music there at the end. That looks like a really cool bracelet. I'm jealous. I wish I had one. Okay. No, Jess, that wasn't as bad. Stop it. Stop. I do have some critiques though. And I can't pull up the video and kind of go frame by frame. But so there was a lot of text on screen, which was great. But when I was reading it, I wasn't paying attention to what your hands were doing. And so I had to constantly go, okay, read this. Oh, I got to read this. Oh, what are our hands doing? And so that would be something where a voiceover might have helped a little bit, just because we can hear it while we watch it and our eyes can focus on what your hands are doing. Now, on that note, all right, the fact that you got your shot that steady from top down was really impressive. But I do wish that your hands were more in the frame. There was a lot of space at the top where we saw like the bin. But there was a lot of intricate work that your hands were doing, and sometimes that moved outside of the frame, or I just saw the edge of your fingers on the bottom right-hand corner. And I'm sure it was really tough to record that and know exactly where your space was. So that would be my only critique, is that less text, more voice explanation, and then just make sure we're really focused on what your hands are doing, because that is what we want to see. So that, oh, okay, I know she's explaining how to pick the strings and move them and tie them, but if I was able to see it, that might help people pick that up as well. Otherwise, I thought it was great. I thought it was mixed well. I liked your titles. I liked your animations. The final product came out really nice. And I think even at the end, just saying, hey, this took me about 30 minutes is great, because people sometimes want to know what it is they're getting into right before they sit down to do a task. They may get 10 minutes in and go, oh my God, this is totally not worth it. But like, if you really enjoy that kind of thing, or you find it therapeutic, or it's something to do while you're watching, Netflix. Like, I think that's a really good thing to know at the end. So I enjoyed, and now I wish I had more bracelets. Can I do blessings next? Blessing, I can do yours next. And then depending on how long, we might have to call it as the last one for today, but that's okay, because we can pick up next class. So let's open up blessings and give it a go. All right, here's blessings. Oh no, blessing, you're sideways. I'm gonna see if I can fix this. I'm gonna see if I can fix it. Can I? I'm gonna try. We'll see if this rotate. I might be able to do it in my broadcaster. Let's see here. Oh, crap. What just happened? Nope. Hold on. I ruined it. Give me a sec. Wish I can preview. Oh. I don't know if I can rotate it. Everyone turn their head sideways. All right, now that everyone has turned their heads back the right way. All right, Blessing. That was good. So there may have been some information lost because while I knew what you were demonstrating in your video, I don't think anybody else knew what you were demonstrating in your video. And so that would be something where, using titles would be a really good way to demonstrate, or talking about what you're doing to the camera would be a really good way to get information across to your audience, just so that they know what they're watching. So when this started, I knew exactly what was going on, but I bet there were a lot of people here that didn't. And so that's just part of making sure that we communicate effectively using text, narration, and using shot composition to explain some things. Now, I think there's some privacy things, right? We didn't want to see anything being entered on the keypad there, but that would be my critique for that, is that we just want to make sure that when we have a message, it's communicated effectively. All right. Otherwise, people might be a little confused. Dan's is 7. Okay, so Dan Lin would be up next, and I do want to see it. I got a sneak peek because there were some technical difficulties he was having over the weekend that I'm happy that we got sorted out. But we might have to end on that note now, so I can throw on shoes and drive to the high school. So if there's anything at the school you need, let me know. Actually, no, I can't. I couldn't do anything with that. So unfortunately, we're going to call it a little short today. But we're going to take a look at the rest at the start of class on Wednesday. We'll move through the rest, and if things get turned in late, then I'll download those as well, because I downloaded this file 15 minutes before class. So if you turned it in 15 minutes, I don't have it yet. But we'll go through that Wednesday, and we'll get into that reflection piece at the end of class as well, just so I can get that feedback from you guys. I want to know, how this project was overall, not necessarily even from the content. I think you guys demonstrated today that you were able to land on something really interesting and present that in a well done manner. But just the whole process of being, having to pre-production at home and then shoot stuff on your phones and then upload and then import, and then were there any other tech issues, and was there too much time for this project? Was there not enough time for this project? All those things I kind of want to hear to make sure that I map out the next project appropriately for you, as we sadly are getting inside of the home stretch here, where we might have one project left between now and the end of our year together. And so if I want to try and end on something a little bit more grandiose, that is worthy of an end of the year project, then I want to make sure that we've got time to do that. I'm going to try my best to stay on top of these projects and getting little bits graded over the course of the week. Mainly because while I would normally sit down on a Saturday and work for a couple of hours, I don't have that luxury with a lot of the other video work I have going on. So I told my 3B I'm going to try and start their grading tonight, and I'm going to try and start our 4B grading as soon as possible after that as well. So you might get a grade back on a Monday, Tuesday. Someone else in this class might get a grade back on a Wednesday, Thursday. It's going to be one of those things where if I have an hour, I may grade 4 or 5 videos and get that feedback back to you folks. Just so you know what to expect from a grading standpoint. Desktop. This is what I'm going to be looking at. I don't know why this message popped up, but I can't get rid of it. So thankfully, my camera is covering the spam risk from Indiana. This follows pretty much our project stipulations that were outlined to you. So the video image, all right, is obviously the quality of the video, shot composition, and things like that, but understandably within the confines of what we have to work with. So, I'm not being too nitpicky in that. Some of the more black and white areas of the project I can be, right? Did you hit the 15 shot minimum? Did you give me the 5 required shots I asked for, or were we missing 1 or 2 or more? All right. Did you use text the appropriate amount of times, and was there an on-camera appearance in some capacity, both demonstratively, like are you demonstrating it, and as well as do we get to see you on camera, kind of top to bottom, or addressing the camera like Gianna did, like Jack did, like Braden did. Obviously, you might be demonstrating your skill, but we want to make sure that you're on there addressing as well. Overall effort and concept, all right, like this is essentially, do you come off appearing as an expert of your skill, and did you take the project seriously, both in a demonstrative standpoint as well as an overall effort standpoint? And then finally, the edit itself, making sure that there's no mistakes, no awkward jump cuts or black flashes. So for example, Gianna, again, not to harp on your video, the opening address of yourself to the camera was jump cutty, or did have jump cuts, but obviously stylistically that works for that. And there's a pretty clear difference as to whether it was intentional or not, or whether it's a stylistic choice or not. And of course, I will give you extensive notes and your final score. So you'll be getting these back over the course of the week, shared with you. All right. So if you just check Classroom, you might see a score posted, but you won't have any notes or feedback. And that's just because my notes and feedback are going to be sent out individually to you, as opposed to leaving comments in Google Classroom and then again through this. This tends to be a little bit more thorough, and I'd like to be thorough in my notes and feedback for you guys. So based on what I saw today, things are looking good. All right, but sadly, we're going to have to call it a little bit early today. I can't get out of this. Thanks, Microsoft. Oh, there we go. But we'll pick up here on Wednesday. And I know it's a little bit early, but I would rather give you guys the time to breathe after a project anyhow. So we'll wrap 18 minutes early, and we'll continue to screen next class, which means if this kind of becomes a lighter week before we get heavy into our next project, I'm okay with that as well. Because the way it's looking right now is that the project might be a little bit grander in scale. I've got 1 or 2 ideas I'm kicking up, and I'm leaning more towards one, but I won't give a hint to what that's going to be just yet. But let's just say it's going to be something where we come full circle. Okay, so I hate to cut this short because I love the hour on B-Days that we get to spend together. So I hope you guys are doing well. Know that I miss you and I care about you, and I look forward to seeing you in class on Wednesday. All right, gang, I will talk to you all later. Reach out to me if you need to between now and then. If something comes up or your stuff you want to talk about, or we're getting stuff in a little bit late, we're having issues, let me know. All right, I will talk to you Wednesday. Enjoy your afternoon. All right, and be well, be happy. Take care.